Okay, out in the garage today, playing mainly on this with, just let me zoom back out, this is my dimmer that's going on the lamp. I'm going to stick that in the vise, which I'm going to put on there, flatten it. I'm going to stick it that way and just take a skim so I've got a flat surface to put up against the jaw, and then I will proceed to machine it square. I'm going to machine it square. I don't have a dividing yet. I wish I did, because I could machine it then, and I thought about using the small, that's the smallest end mill I've got, and use dividing head to rotate it and make it fucking gear out of it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all flat and square. Then I'm going to, on the flat surface, I'm going to put that and mark it, and then plunge drill the corners, maybe drill it, and then see if I can get it as square as possible, deep enough to fit that in. So, I mean, that's not going to be as big as that for a start, keep that in mind. And I may have to machine one side. At this point in time, I'm thinking about putting fins in it, but I'll only do it on three sides, because one side I'm going to have to probably machine out in a curve or something like that, so I can mount it up against the gear. So I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to drive this yet. I'm looking for, it's hard online without going to a shop to find Lego gears, because that top will come off there, and a Lego gear will probably fit on there nicely. But I can only find like a 40 tooth gear, which is about that big, but I need something that I can put up on that other gear, wherever I've got it. Hang on. I've got to, so I can't really mesh it with that, because being a helical gear, if it was straight cut it'd be fucking perfect. I can't machine that down because it's way too hard. So I've got to try and work out something that sits in the gear, that's the way it sits up like that. I was hoping that I could get something big enough that I could cut out and put in or on top and fix it to the top, so when you turn that, it'll turn the dimmer. But I'm still working on that, but I need to find something to put this in, so I figured that's probably the best thing, put in that aluminium block. Worst case scenario, I don't know, I'll find something. I've been sitting inside there for half an hour or more on eBay looking, and you go to the Lego websites and it shows you fuck all except full kits. It doesn't show you parts. I tried searching for parts and I can't find them. So we'll see what we can do, eh? I'll do this first and then we'll worry about driving that later on. what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this out and just start to get it all squared off. So to save boring the piss out of you, I'll bring you back when I've got it squared off and I'm ready to start cutting it out to do the put the dimmer in it. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready for that. Righto, here's what we've got. I didn't want to do it a true octagonal, I just thought, just like that, just to round it off a bit, what I'm still going to do is I'm going to run like fins in there, just to make it look sexy. I've marked that, I'm not going to touch it because I keep rubbing the fucking thing out. But that's the right size for that. And that, once cleaned up, is almost the right size for that. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to run that all the way through. So when I put that in, it's going to, so I thought about those wires, that they were going to be a bit of a pain. But if I run it all the way through, what I can do when it's done, I can just even just burr or just something just so they're on one edge for the wires. So I'm going to go now and centre pop that line so I don't lose it. Set it back up in the vise and go from there. I've got no packs. I need some parallel bars, but I don't have any. And my gear's not good enough to fucking make them, and I really can't afford to buy them. But anyway, we'll power on. It's only like to hold stuff. It's not, it doesn't have to be engineering true, like, you know. But I still don't want it to look out. Like, I don't want it to look fucking horrible. So, but we'll manage. I'll bring you back when I'm ready to start machining that out. Right, I've got my coolant working. Drill. I'm just going to drill these all four corners with this drill first, and then I might get a bigger drill, just drill the guts out of it. Actually, I might have used that, just drill a pilot, drill the guts out, then I'll put an end mill or something in there, and try and clean that all out. The problem I have now is getting a mill that will fit all the way. Bring this down a little bit. I'll actually bring it down a lot. I'll start pig rooting in a minute, as it usually does. Not going to do it today. There we go. There's a fucking slot. Play in it all. Just let me. Yep, that'll go all the way through there. No problems. How am I going to do this? Hand feed it. Be good if you could see. Can't see shit. What do we want? We want high range. First gear. I think that'll probably do it. let's see what we have. Besides a fucking mess. You see where I'm going with this? Those corners will be a little bit bigger. Oh, look at that. This side needs more out, or actually I'll take it out of that side. But that way is the right size. It's actually a little bit bigger, but that doesn't matter. That's him. Right. I'm thinking. Well, this way. Can go all the way down to the bottom. Right, so now I should be able to finish that with a file. So I'll go and finish this off, and then I'll just stick it in the vise and file it, get the switch to fit, and then I'll bring you back. Righto, we're all done. What they've done is, I mean, the holes aren't terribly fucking square, but that'll be covered. I have to recess the bottom there. Let me fucking, this camera. So when it goes in, the wire's got somewhere to go. I mean, and that knob will come off anyway because there'll be a gear going on that. So you won't see anything under the gear. The gear going on that to operate the dimmer. So that's all for today. I mean, I'm even in two minds as to whether I'm going to machine. I think I still will machine the slots in it. Sort of two there, one in there. So two in the long side and one in the short side. Then I can make something up to bolt or to screw to the bottom of it, because like I said, that'll be at the back. Those wires will run down to, well, they'll be covered anyway, and that's one power wire in, one power wire out, so one will go up to the lamp and one will go down to the supply. So that's that for the day. That's today's excitement. It doesn't look too bad like that, I suppose, but like I said, it's you're not going to see most of it, so that's going to be at the back. So I've just got to work out a way how I'm going to make that run off that. This is fucking camera, the screen's a pain in the ass. So, you know, I've got an idea. I have another plan, just leave it with me. So I'm thinking maybe if I can put a rubber bushing over that, will sit on up against that gear, and I'll turn it. so I can make it adjustable so that it's adjusts in and out a little. That might work too. So I'll leave that with me. So I'm going to clean it now. I've got to take this vise off and clean this because otherwise you rust your fucking table to pieces. And clean it all down and give it a wipe down with some WD-40. Make it all purty so it doesn't go rusty on me. Need to look after your gear, eh? I'm about to make a lot of mess and a lot of noise, so I'll call it quits now. And considering it's 25 to 2 and I still haven't had lunch, well, I was late today. I had an appointment in town, so I was late getting started, but I got done what I wanted to achieve today. I wanted to get that machine so I could fit the switch in. And what I can do is actually I might slot that and then powder coat it black, so it looks more like a gear, if that makes any sense. So I'll powder coat that. So anyway, that's it for the day. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks again to those who take the time to watch this video. Thank you. It is much appreciated. And I've got some work in the yard to do on the weekend, so I'll probably get back into this on Monday. So thanks for hanging out. Stay safe. Peace.